It makes for very friendly, hearty people, is all I'm going to say to that. Alexander Steele, thank you so much, and we'll check in with you if things change. It's certainly a beautiful, cold, lovely day here in New York City, and we're on the streets of New York City because it's the day after the big party in Times Square, and the carriages that are so famous in New York City here on Central Park South have become a big story today because one of the first things the brand new mayor, who's just sworn in last night, has said is, come on in, Christina, you don't want the carriages. Well, Christina Hansen happens to speak for the carriages. You're with the carriage industry. You're the carriage industry spokesperson. Right. So, first things first. I have walked this street so many times and heard people stop and say, "This doesn't seem fair to the animals." And I've heard the drivers speak back, and these hearty debates go on. And now it looks like the mayor is taking on the debate.
Well, there's two different sides here. There's people that know about horses, and there's people who just look at the horses and give their first impression based on something they read on the internet. Those of us who work with horses, I'm originally from Lexington, Kentucky, horse capital of the world, know a thing or two about horses. You know, these horses are healthy, happy horses. This is what relaxed, well-cared for horses look like. Anybody can come out here. We are seen by thousands and thousands of people every day, millions of people every year. These are the most public horses on the planet, and they're also the most regulated horses on the planet.
So one of the things that I think a lot of people say is, geez, yeah, but you know what? There's like taxis and exhaust and busy streets, and is this really a New York City street? Is that really the place for an animal?
Well, you're talking about New York City belongs to all of us. It belongs to the carriage people as well, and it belongs to the horses, too. The horses built this city. They have been parking right here where we are.
Since the 1850s.
Since the 1850s.
But there was no concrete and there were no yellow cabs.
Actually, asphalt was invented for horses to walk on, and we are the yellow cabs, actually.
Yeah.
And when you look at the statistics, we are safer than any other equestrian discipline. We're safer than pretty much every other transit in New York City. Bicyclists, cars, you know, pedestrians, and New York City traffic over the past 12 years, the Bloomberg administration has gotten safer and safer. It's safer than it's been since the days of the horse and buggy.
So let me just quickly read what the ASPCA, they put out a statement about this. Emily Schneider sent this to us. Very kind of her to do so. Let me read it for you in the wind here. The ASPCA has been advocating for the welfare of these horses since our founding in 1866. We believe that the use of carriage horses in 21st century New York City is unnatural, unnecessary, and an undeniable strain on the horse's quality of life. And in recent years, we've advocated for phasing out carriage horses in the city. Should this practice come to an end, the ASPCA will gladly get involved, including tapping into our network of rescue partners and resources to help with any potential transition and to help find and facilitate humane retirement options for the horses. I want to bring in Danny Savalas as well, who's our legal expert, attorney, well known to me on the set, not usually in the cold weather. But this is an issue. It's a legal issue. One of the advocates for the horse industry, for the carriages, they're going to fight. They're going to fight de Blasio in court. How?
Well, they're going to oppose whatever. First of all, they're going to have to show this is going to have to be some legislative type action. I don't think the mayor has the power to simply ban the horse-drawn carriages. And once they do that, they're going to fight it in court however they can, whether by injunction, however else. But the real question is this. I mean, man has domesticated animals for millennia, and it seems like in just the last 20 years, we're all looking around saying, hey, why did we start domesticating the animals? Well, we've done it for a long time. Horses have served this purpose for quite a long time. And opposition of horse-drawn carriages, they point to horse injuries over the last several years. But I think you probably know we're looking at maybe 2 or 3 traffic accidents involving horses, whereas I think a few hundred humans die.
Yeah.
And then
but you know, can I ask you about the human factor? And that is
human
this.
Factor.
If you're going to fight this in court, if de Blasio wants to fight back, is there something to the notion that it's a safety of horses as opposed to safety of people? Do you need to focus on one other than the other? Because there are people in the backs of those carriages, and there are horses that some people are concerned about.
Well, when you talk about, like you did earlier, the atmosphere, breathing in the fumes, I mean, that's the exact same exposure that we humans are exposed to. So if it's not good enough for them, it raises the question, is it good enough for us?
I don't have to pull a carriage along the concrete street in and out of the traffic.
That's very easy for the horse to do. And you know what? Bill de Blasio now, as the mayor, is actually overseeing more horses in traffic than any of us out here as carriage drivers. He now oversees the NYPD mounted unit, and there's 70 mounted police horses. They breathe the exact same air, walk in the exact same streets. So is New York City facilitating horse abuse by putting those?
Don't usually think of the mounted police.
They're out here, and they're out here.
Kids like it.
Oh, the horses. I mean,
they really do.
I thought that was like a New York moment going on. It's just kids enjoying the horses.
Kids enjoying the horses.
Christina Hansen, nice to see you.
Nice
Thanks
to meet you
for
all.
your information and your input. I don't think it's the last that we're going to be talking.
Oh, I don't. It's just only the beginning. beginning. This is only the beginning. He doesn't know what he's gotten himself into. He was told that this would be an easy issue. He promised
I don't think it's going to be easy having met you.
Oh, no, we will fight because we have every right to be here, and so do our horses.
It's good to meet you, and as always, love having you. Don't go away. I got other stuff for you as well. And this, if you can believe it, we talk on